Hello YouTube, it's Miho, and today I wanted to review this Alesis V Mini. I got this because my full 49 key keyboard was too bulky to carry around, so I wanted something that's more mini and portable, and now I'm going to get right into the review. According to the technical specifications of the user manual, it has 25 velocity sensitive keys. It has 10 octave range with the up-down buttons. 4 pads, as you can see, and 4 knobs. The pads are velocity sensitive as well. It has 2 pitch bend buttons for pitch bend up and down, and it also has a button for modulation and a button for sustain. It doesn't have a sustain pedal input, so there's that. There's of course a USB port to connect to the computer, and it is bus powered, so you don't have to have any other cord for separate power. The dimensions are 12.5 inches across, 5.5 inches vertically, and 1.5 inch thick. The weight is 1.25 pounds, which is 0.57 kilograms. When I was looking for a mini keyboard to buy, I checked all the dimensions and weights across the internet, and I compared to the Akai MPK Mini, the Novation Launch Key Mini, the Arturia ones, and I do believe that this was the lightest and smallest keyboard. So that's why I chose it, and because it is the lightest and smallest, it does have less features, like less pads and less knobs compared to the Akai Mini or Novation Launch Key or anything like that. But I wanted something that has, so there's a trade-off, so you just have to go with what you want. If you must have 8 drum pads, then maybe an Akai MPK Mini is a better choice for you, but I didn't care for having 8 drum pads or anything like that. I just wanted the lightest, smallest one, so this was the right choice for me. So I loaded up the drum rack and grand piano to test out the MIDI functionality, and the pads are velocity sensitive, so if I press light, it's gonna make a lighter sound, and if I press harder, then it's gonna make a louder, stronger sound. As I suspected, the pads are pretty stiff, but I don't really have problem playing it, and I find that these corners of the pads are easier to press and less stiff than the center of it, so there's that. And it's kind of hard to play the piano with the camera being set up and all, but let me try. The biggest issue I see is that the feel of the white keys and the black keys are quite different. So I feel like if I just play it normally, it might be an issue. So in theory, you can use the Alesis V Mini editor software that you can download from the official website to edit the velocity and all the other MIDI settings. But I find this incredibly inconvenient to use, because if you try to send the preset to the MIDI device, then it says error connecting to device verifier blah blah blah. If you have anything like Ableton or something open, even though Ableton has no problem taking the MIDI signal, so I guess the problem is that Ableton is open, because if I close the Ableton, then it's sending the MIDI preset to the V Mini succeeds. But if I close the Ableton, then I will not be able to hear the different velocity setting, because something that can take the MIDI signal and play the instrument and let me hear the velocity will be closed. So I have to keep opening and closing Ableton repeatedly to find the setting that I like. There is no graph or description of these different velocity curves. I looked on the official website, I looked on the Alesis V Mini user manual, I even looked at the V Mini editor manual, thought I would find something there, but there was not. So I think it's very frustrating to actually find the velocity that I like.